Today's episode of the Views from Section 400 podcast. Football is back, kind of. We had a full slate of Week 1 preseason to react to. Jack and I go through all of the games. The Giants look great. Jags not so much, but there were good things. Shedeur Sanders shined. We also have our winners and losers of the week. Talked about the WNBA. And we finish it off with our last 4 and 400 of the summer. The 4 and 400 of things we're looking forward to this fall. Our favorite things of the fall season. That's a packed show, fun show. We'll see you guys soon.
And just like that, we're back.
A16, turn me up.
Episode 198 of the Views from Jackson 400 podcast. Today is August 11th. And Anthony Richardson, Jack, he's dead.
That man got hit.
Yeah, I think this might be it for poor Anthony, my fantasy quarterback last year, especially because they have Indiana Jones waiting to get his revenge down there. He didn't look good either. If I'm a Colts fan, I'm sad.
Yeah, that quarterback duel, like that quarterback matchup, the camp battle that's going on, just a mid-off.
It's the Temple of Doom. That's what that is.
That was a terrible Indiana Jones reference.
I needed to get one in there. I was thinking about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and saying something about Anthony's head, but it was his pinky that got hurt. So I stayed away from his concussed head from last year. Did he even have a concussion last year when he took himself out of the game?
I don't know the answer to that. What I can tell you is that he was injury prone since the day he walked in. When I say injury prone, I just mean he's getting injured. Doesn't mean he has any more likelihood than anybody else, but I'm just saying, stepped into the league, got hurt. He's been getting hurt game in and game out, it seems like, ever since. And here we are in a preseason game. Honestly, did you watch the play?
Yeah, he should have picked up a blitz. And
well, that's what I'm saying. Is that his fault? Is it the right tackle's fault? It's someone's fault, right? Whether it's his or the right tackle's. I mean, somebody's got to pick up that guy. You can't just have a free blitzer hit you like that. It's terrible football.
It's Anthony Richardson has to tell his rookie running back, hey, we have a blitzer coming off the edge. We have too many guys for us to block. Maybe you should not go out and run a route and help me block. And they definitely have a chance for that.
Well, I mean, the running back didn't even attempt to chip him. I mean, it was just a poor play, and that's that's what happens when you don't play the football the proper way. And you let a free guy blitz you. You get your dislocated finger that's snapped the wrong way, and that was like his first game back. I mean, his first preseason game.
Yeah, it might be a blessing in disguise for him, honestly, because now I think he's day to day. Maybe he plays in the next game, but if he doesn't play, maybe Daniel Jones plays enough to win the competition for Richardson just because he plays that badly.
Yeah, again, this is a mid-off. We don't have to spend too much time talking about it. For all of our NFL fans out there, the Colts are not going to be a legitimate threat this year. They're not going to be a playoff team. They will probably have some upset wins along the way. Fantasy football-wise, they've got a lot of intriguing guys, but you can't win in this league without the quarterback. So I'm out on pretty much everything Colts.
Did you watch the whole video I tagged you in on Twitter of the This Is Our Colts guy? He had a bar. He said we're going to give the Ravens the Edgar Allan woes. That was a great bar.
No, Brian, I didn't watch it. This is our team. These are our Colts.
We bleed blue.
No, I didn't watch it. I remember watching the first one when it came out like a year ago or something like that. No, I can't say I'm in on that. Let's move on, Brian. Let's talk about something I actually care about. Let's talk about the Jags.
Yeah, okay, we can talk about the Jaguars. I can't believe football's back. Let's talk about the Jaguars.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Jaguars. Oh, man, it was not great. I'm just going to be honest. It wasn't great. I'm not going to sit here and overreact. It's preseason. It was quarter one, with the new coach, the new system, the new everything. I saw some good flashes. Travis Hunter is freakishly athletic, which, can confirm. He had 2 catches. And he looked nifty out there. Right? He's going to have to get a little bit more used to the NFL speed, because I feel like some of the moves he was trying to put on just didn't work, and he'll figure out how to make it work. I have full faith that that'll happen. But yeah, the defense is what's suspect. We had our ones out there, and I know they're learning a new defensive scheme with Anthony Campanelli, but it was a little worrisome.
Yeah, I think. Well, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I think the offense is in a better spot than the defense at this point in camp, but that may be completely wrong.
For the Jags, I think the offense is in a better spot.
For everybody. Like, they always say the pitchers are ahead of the hitters in spring training. Like, I think when you report the offense, it's easier to dime up a defense, but I think that's wrong.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, so there goes your optimism that I was going to give you. But do you expect much from this defense?
Yes.
I feel like the Jaguars, if they're going to be good this year, it's going to be Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence putting up 30-plus points a game, and they outscore these bad teams in the AFC South.
That is correct. That is the formula for how we're going to win football games. Does not mean I don't have expectations for the defense. We still have a very good defensive line. Now, it might not be the best in the league like I thought it would be, but we still have a very good defensive line. Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker, Eric Armstead, Mason Smith, if he can, play well this year. He had a little bit of a unnoticeable rookie year last year, but I think that was more on the scheme and the fact that we drafted him in the second round last year and then didn't use him for the first 7 weeks. He may have had an injury too, but some questionable coaching decisions. I have some expectations. Yes, we got a couple extra guys in the cornerback room. Jordan Lewis from Dallas. Tyson Campbell was almost an all-pro cornerback just a couple years ago, and Travis Hunter's back there now, who, for what it's worth, no balls were thrown his way in this week 1 preseason game. But yeah, I do have expectations for the defense, Brian.
Okay. It does help. You have 8 games against the patty cake offensive line in Houston, Cam Ward and the Titans, and the disaster of the Colts quarterback room that we just talked about.
Yes, I fully expect to go at least 4-2 in the division this year.
So did 6 games. Yeah, I was right the first time. Man, these Sunday shows,
why wouldn't it be 6 games? You get two against all of your division.
They don't play themselves. I counted them as playing themselves. It's been a long day.
All right, Brian. Last takeaway from the Jags game: Cam Little nailing a 70-yarder. That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, it wasn't a little kick at all.
No, Cam Little, the GOAT, the big GOAT.
Is he? He's your kicker one, right?
Yeah.
No more Brandon McManus down there?
No. Cam Little came in last year and was great for us in an otherwise pretty terrible year. And McManus was the year before that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's back with the Packers now.
That would make sense. The Jaguars are due for some good headlines involving kicking things. So I would like to see Cam Little become something here. Maybe make an all-specialist, all-pro team. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
But, yeah, I think the Jaguars, from what I watched, that Trevor Lawrence looked good enough. The offense moved the ball on their first drive. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor was throwing it pretty well. There was one ball he threw. I thought he was going to send BTJ to an early grave. But other than that, I mean, I think he definitely just didn't see the safety coming down. Thought he had the window, did not have the window. But again, this is what preseason is for. Get these kinks out now. We'll be better once the season starts.
Yeah, preseason is also for me getting a bunch of optimism, possibly unwarranted optimism, about my new quarterback. Jaxson Dart looked really good, Jack. Like really good.
I did not watch him. I did watch a couple highlight plays. He was running and trucking people over, trying to fall forward like Josh Allen does. I don't think he's as big and strong as Josh Allen, so he might need to be a little bit more careful. But it's good to hear that you're optimistic.
He had a funny interaction with reporters after, and they were asking about sliding, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I definitely have to slide. I think Dable's going to kill me if I don't slide." But we called Daniel Jones Danny Dimes and when I say we, I mean Giants fans. 5 years he was there, and I think Jaxson Dart's touchdown throw to Lil Jordan Humphrey in this game was the best throw I've seen a Giants quarterback make since Daniel Jones got drafted. I think that's better than any throw Daniel Jones ever made.
Wow.
So
a lot of hope, a lot of hype.
A lot of hope. And Russell Wilson, he had I think he went like 6 for 8 for 25 yards. So I'm not expecting anything from him, but if Jaxson Dart can if Dable can get the Josh Allen out of Jaxson Dart that he got out of Josh Allen, just a little bit of that, and make Jaxson Dart a good quarterback, I'm going to have a lot of hope because Jaxson Dart and Malik Neighbors could be a very fun connection for the Giants for a lot of years. I need something good. The Mets aren't good right now. I need the Giants to at least show promise, go the right direction, and what honestly is a transition year for the New York Giants.
We all know what happens with your teams in transition years, so might be a good one for you. Look, for what it's worth, I had a lot of faith in Jaxson Dart while he was at Ole Miss. There's no reason I'm going to lose that faith now that he's in the NFL. I mean, the Giants are a questionable team, but he might be a shining light for him.
They have pieces. It's not just Dart that look good. The defensive line that's been highly touted. Hated how I said touted there, but highly touted defensive line. It did its job. They got a bunch of pressures. I think Abdul Carter got a really good pressure against Deion Dawkins, one of the best tackles in the league. That's what you want to see. And Dexter Lawrence didn't even play. The secondary still sucks, but if the Giants' defensive line can be good, I don't know. I want to see good things out of the Giants this year. And I know it's preseason, but they won a game, and they did some very good things in that game.
Did Neighbors play?
No.
What's going on with his toe? Should we be worried about him in fantasy football?
He'll be fine. He essentially said that it bothers him every day that he could get surgery for it, but it bothers him that it's there, but it doesn't bother him in terms of being effective.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what he said.
Yeah, interesting. That seems like something he probably should have taken care of during the offseason, but
maybe. He just wanted to get some work in.
Yeah, guess so. What else is going on around the league?
Well, we had another rookie quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, put on a show after he put on a show in the pregame entrance with his teammates. I don't know why the Browns wouldn't just start Shedeur Sanders.
I'm not going to sit here and say what I saw from him makes me convinced that he's, the franchise quarterback of the future. It's not like it was that type of game. It's not like he was playing against the incredible Ravens defense or something like that. And I understand, it's preseason. It does mean something.
Ones. I mean, it's the Panthers, but it was against their starters.
It means something, but it is still the preseason. Look, they have a lot going on in that quarterback room. Could Shedeur Sanders easily be the best option? Yes. Am I convinced that that's the case when you got a guy like Joe Flacco still sitting there? Absolutely not.
I think Joe Flacco would rather have Shedeur Sanders start. I think everybody in Cleveland would rather see Shedeur Sanders start, and it'd be fun. He'd sell tickets, he'd sell jerseys, and he'd probably put up. I mean, I don't even know Joe Flacco at this point if he gives you that much better numbers than a struggling Shedeur Sanders in his rookie year would.
I mean, it really depends on. I would say it really depends on what's going on around you, and if you look at what is going on around them, I think you're absolutely right. Shedeur Sanders, let him try to play hero ball. Like I don't think you really have the pieces in Cleveland to let Joe Flacco try to dink and dime his way down the field and win football games. That's just not what you have there.
Yeah, Cleveland has the opportunity to be fun. Cleveland is never fun unless LeBron James is in Cleveland. Be fun. play Shedeur Sanders and have a good time. And I'm sure Kevin Stefanski would like to have Shedeur Sanders play.
Yeah, I don't know what's going through Kevin Stefanski's head, man. I mean, drafting Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur, like, I mean, what is going on there?
Oh, yeah. They're the Browns. I tried to come up with something, but at the end of the day, they're the Browns. And just be fun, Cleveland. That's all I ask of you.
That was a crazy groan. Speaking of groans, did you watch the Jets?
Yeah, they ran the ball a lot.
Yeah, they're not going to be a fun team to watch. They're never a fun team to watch. I know a little bit about Jets lore, considering the fact I grew up in the area, and I always preferred the Jets over the Giants to my own demise. But they have always been a low-scoring team, defense first. You know, games at MetLife suck. There's no action. There's no fireworks. There's no big splash plays. They suck. And that's what we're going to see out of the Jets for another year. Regardless if they end up winning games with Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields and a run-first defense mentality, it's going to be so boring to watch. And if you're, I'm thinking a lot about fantasy football because we are in fantasy football draft season. Once the NFL actually starts, I start thinking more NFL. Right now in August, I'm thinking fantasy football. I want nothing to do with anybody on the Jets. I want nothing to do with anybody that's playing against the Jets because those games are going to be so slow, so low scoring, boring.
See, I think they'll be boring if they try to be an NFL team and run an NFL offense.
What do you think? Aaron Glenn is just there to hand out high fives?
Well, you throw Braylon Allen in the backfield with Breece Hall. You sign a fullback and you just run the Georgia Tech offense with a triple option and have Justin Fields flinging it backwards instead of forwards because he can't throw it well forward. Maybe he can do it well backwards. Be a rugby team. You don't have any receivers anyway. Make Alan Lazard block for you. Josh Reynolds is a big guy. He could probably block. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's got to be hating his life.
Yeah.
Maybe he's excited that Justin Fields is back in town. Maybe they're going to actually have some special connection. But if they do you really think it's that hard to send some shade over to Garrett Wilson? You can leave the other half of the field empty.
I think if you attend Ohio State as a wide receiver, your NFL career is just doomed. I mean, you have Chris Olave doesn't have a quarterback. Garrett Wilson doesn't have a quarterback. And Terry McLaurin didn't have a quarterback until now. And now he has to hold out because they won't pay him because they have a quarterback.
I don't know, man. Emeka Egbuka's in a good spot to have a good year this year with Baker and the Bucs.
Yeah, he's one of the training camp darlings that everyone won't stop talking about.
It looks like a strong man.
Yeah, he's good. He was good at Ohio State. He was always that. He kind of got outshined by Jeremiah Smith in the last year. But, yeah, he's going to be a good player. He'll take over for Chris Godwin and be what Godwin is, and hopefully not with the injuries.
Yeah.
Another rookie, Trevion Henderson from Ohio State. He looks really good.
That guy looks so good. He was so dang fast. And the other really exciting thing about the way he was running, normally when you see like the smaller guys, the shiftier guys, super speed, you don't really see the physicality out of them. This man was lowering the shoulder, head. He will probably have a couple concussions this year with the way he runs, but head down, head first, through tacklers. I was really impressed with Trevion Henderson.
Yeah, I got a new nickname for that backfield. You call Trevion Henderson Quick, and you call Ramondre Stevenson Quicksand. That's probably not gonna stick, but I mean, it could. It's like playing Little League. You have a guy throwing 80 miles an hour, and then you bring in the kid that throws 60. Like that could be a nice little 1-2, having Ramondre Stevenson just loaf around and then bring in Henderson to hit a home run.
I was gonna say maybe if he was like Le'Veon, where you're talking about like a patient back that likes to have a little bit of speed afterwards. But Ramondre Stevenson is not that.
Maybe bowling ball and fireball. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of pun for this backfield.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Quicksand is not bad. But I'm really impressed with Trevion Henderson. I was also impressed with Will Campbell. Don't know how he's going to fare against the big dogs of the league, like the TJ Watts and the Myles Garretts and all of them, the Josh Hines Allens. But I did appreciate the way that he was getting off the line. He was pulling. He was getting out on DBs. And, I don't remember exactly who those DBs were, so that's not worth mentioning. But but I was impressed with the way Will Campbell was getting out there in space and dominating in the blocking game.
I'll give you a War Eagle anyway, but Will Campbell has quick feet. Maybe that makes up for the small arms. But I think the Patriots will have a fun year. Also, the Tom Brady statue looked good. It's rare we get good statues nowadays. Dwayne Wade's looked terrible. There's another one that looked atrocious that got recently revealed. But the craft,
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo's looked terrible.
Ronaldo's was trash. Dwayne Wade's was bad. I feel like LeBron got one that was pretty bad too, although that might have been a fake one. But no, I thought the Brady statue was pretty good, like you're saying, compared to some of the other ones of late. The one thing I'll say though is, why did they give him a knee brace in it? Like, why didn't you just make it without the knee brace? That was totally unnecessary.
Yeah, you add some grit in there. I mean, I don't think tough guys one of the accolades I'd give Tom Brady, although he played through some stuff. But yeah, put the story up a little bit.
I mean, look, he's a guy who was able to play football for 20 years. You got to give him. He's got a little bit of toughness. I'm not going to sit here and say that he was, toughness, but
I meant more like what first comes to mind when I think of Tom Brady.
No, definitely not.
What else happened in preseason? We had a lot of games.
There were a lot of games. The Dolphins played. Quinn Ewers looked awful.
Yeah, so did their goal-to-go offense trying to run the ball. After Tyreek Hill called out Devon Achane for not being able to be a good goal line running back. They had Jalen Wright take 3 carries and got stuffed every time.
Yeah, that's a point of concern for the Dolphins for sure. I mean, I don't have a lot of expectations for the Dolphins, but finishing drives and being able to punch it into the end zone, they just don't have anybody that's like big on their team. Everybody is a fast, shifty guy, from Tyreek to Achane to Waddle and the whole nine. They're all like that.
Yeah, even Johnny before he left. You're saying the Finns are not very good at finishing.
No, Finns can't finish.
Finns can't finish. That'd be a good T-shirt.
For who? Who's buying that T-shirt?
Whales, seals, enemies of dolphins,
dolphin haters, other aquatic creatures that are jealous of dolphins.
The Cowboys lost. That's always fun. Joe Milton didn't look too good.
Yeah, I got no comments for the Cowboys. They're a trash can team. Trash can organization.
I was hoping to see Jarquez Hunter play well in this game, and Blake Corum kind of stole the show. But we talked about the Kyron Williams contract, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's just a weird situation for me. I mean, at the end of the day, what we normally see in this league is when you pay a guy, you play the guy. Simple as that. Kyron Williams getting that 3-year, $33 million. I was about to say 33,000. 3-year, $33 million extension. He will be the focal running back for this offense. They got Jarquez Hunter. They got Blake Corum. 2 very fresh young running backs. I don't think we'll really see them get any work unless we see Kyron go down.
Yeah, I agree, and I know I'm going to end up with Kyron Williams in one of my fantasy leagues and hate it. I hate talking about the Rams. Maybe because they had the chance to beat the Eagles in the last playoffs and lost, and then the Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. But the team I picked to win the Super Bowl last year, the Bengals, Joe Burrow looked really good. I might be back on the bandwagon.
What bandwagon?
The Bengals to win the Super Bowl again.
Brian, why?
Joe Burrow looked really good. Jamar Chase looked really good.
Joe Burrow is really good. Jamar Chase is really good. In fact, they're probably the best quarterback and wide receiver duo in this league. It's straight up Brady Moss. But they had a defense. These guys don't. It's going to be the same thing. You look at the Bengals from last
And
year,
it's so much fun.
and you look
They're
at the
such a fun
Bengals
team.
this year. What's changed? What has changed?
Another
They
year older,
have
another year stronger.
sure, but their defense is
All grown up.
another year crappier. Like their defense isn't there. It's not there.
Yeah, their
The
best player.
Bengals will be a fun team to watch. Joe Burrow is going to throw for 4 touchdowns a game, but it doesn't matter. They don't have a defense.
But they're so much fun. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna take another one, but I'm gonna do the Bengals again.
It's just not going to happen.
But it might.
No, but okay. Make the bet with me. Don't make it with Vegas. Make it with me. Let me take your money.
What, Bengals against the field?
Yeah.
Do you want to be my bookie and just take the odds and I'll Venmo you however much?
Yeah. 10 for 700. I don't even know what it is at this point.
It can't be that high, but I'm back on the Bengals train. What else happened? Anything of note here? Oh, we can. The Saints game just finished up. They lost to the Chargers. Let's see how Tyler Shuck did.
Tyler Shuck had a bomb of a touchdown.
Oh wow! He completed 68% of his passes. I don't think he's ever done that in his life. Did throw a pick. Yeah, we don't have to talk about the Saints. I think that's pretty much the football that happened. Unless you want to touch on Cam Ward.
Nope.
Okay, well that's preseason week 1. Only a few more weeks until we actually get to react to the real thing. Did you watch Hard Knocks?
No, I did not watch Hard Knocks. Sorry, I'm laughing at the Saints backfield. Alvin Kamara, Cam Akers, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And Kendre Miller. But
Kendre Miller's still on the he's going to get cut.
Yeah, he wasn't as funny. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, former first-round pick.
Is Cam Akers the first rounder too?
I don't think Cam Akers was a first-round pick.
Might have been a second rounder.
Second rounder. He was highly touted out of Florida State.
Yeah, that's a hell of a backfield. That's a good summation of what the Saints are at this point.
Having said all that, Spencer Rattler was the Saints' leading rusher today.
What a team. Dude, are they going to win a game? Like, I know the NFC South isn't that good, so they'll probably win one, but it's also the NFL. But the team's really bad.
The team is really bad. I mean, especially with the way you guys think the Panthers are on this crazy upward trajectory, this playoff team. No, I don't think that the Saints have a shot. Come on, man. Right. Super Bowl team. No, it's ridiculous. They're not worth talking about. The Saints are really bad. I really don't know what they were thinking with Shuck, if he's going to be the answer for the future. They don't have anything around him anyway. I mean, whoever their GM is needs to go. They have not done things right.
No, who is their GM? Mickey Loomis.
Oh, Loomis. Yeah, there you go.
Got a Mickey Mouse GM. That makes sense. All right, well, that's the NFL preseason. I want real football back. We do have real football back in 13 days, 2 weeks till college football week 0. Get to watch Stanford play Hawaii. Can't wait for that.
Right around the corner.
But right now, we have our winners and losers of the week. It's been a while. All right, well, before we get into our winners and losers of the week, it's sponsored over by our good friends at SeatGeek. Jack, I am unfortunately going to a Mets game in a couple weeks. They're back in D.C. to play the Nationals. Hopefully they're still in a playoff spot by then. But where do you think I'm going to go to buy my tickets?
I would think you go to SeatGeek.com.
I will be going, probably their app. But if I'm buying them on the computer, I'll be going to SeatGeek.com. And I'll be making an account and using code VIEWSFROM400 at checkout for $20 off my purchase.
You kids in your apps.
New users can use code VIEWSFROM400. That's code VIEWSFROM400 at checkout for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. We have football season coming up. I know a lot of our listeners are going to be going to some Eagles games, Auburn games. Jaguars games?
Yeah, hey, yeah. I'm going opening day. We're hosting the Panthers down in Duval, baby.
And the Panthers are probably going to go on to make it to the Super Bowl because that's what they do when they play the Jaguars in week 1. But if you're going to any of those games, use code VIEWSFROM400 at checkout on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase. We love SeatGeek. They have a great system, gives you the best bang for your buck on any deal. They show you the worth of any seat if you're getting a good price, if you're getting ripped off. It's the best app, best website. Use SeatGeek, code VIEWSFROM400. Thank you, as always, for sponsoring SeatGeek.
The Panthers don't have Cam Newton to save them.
No, but they have Derek Brown. No worry.
Not after that one.
All right, let's get into our winners and losers of the week here. Jack, let's hear yours first. Give me a winner of the week.
It's the 70-yard man, Cam Little. Look, I don't care. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier. I don't care that it's preseason. It should count. The man drilled a 70-yard field goal. I will talk about it as much as I can. Cam Little, the GOAT.
Yeah, Justin Tucker is gone now. Maybe it's Cam Little that becomes the biggest name out of NFL kickers.
Without all the allegations, please.
Without all the allegations. They've had enough allegations down there. The Jaguars, they don't need any more.
Have we?
Oh, you had your coach kicking people and finger blasting.
Look, that was one disgruntled ex-employee. We don't talk about him anymore.
Okay, well, we don't have to. But
wasn't even a player.
It was a really cool moment for Cam Little. It looked like it'd be good from like 73. He had a couple of yards to spare.
He drilled that thing, and he was sitting there just like, is that going in? Is that going in? He had everybody else celebrating around him before he was. And then, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the picture of him and Travis Hunter like jumping up and hitting shoulders?
No.
Well, you know how they do that. They'll run up, they'll try to jump up and like hit shoulders midair. Cam Little, he's a kicker, man. He got some leg strength. He got up. Travis Hunter got up. That was unicorn freak athleticism captured in a picture. Cam Little barely made it up halfway to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was legitimately a full human body off of the ground.
Okay, I'm going to sound like a hater here, but could it have looked like Travis Hunter got higher because Cam Little is a kicker? That's not very athletic.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to distinguish right now. You got to see the picture because it was astronomically higher. And I understand that Cam Little is a kicker, but he's not a little person, and he's got massive leg strength, man. He's a kicker in the NFL. He's got a lot of leg power. He's got a vertical too.
Does he? I guess you work out both legs, but it's probably his right leg's probably much stronger. I don't know how that goes towards a vertical, but
I really can't say anything in this show without you just second guessing it and hating on it. Just a little sneak peek for everybody that's about to watch the 4 and 400. You're just gonna hear Brian berate everything I say.
Yeah, that's a good teaser. I don't know why I'm coming at you today, but it's just how it is. I'll go to my winner. Sorry.
Good grief. Ain't that what they say?
Now? need to do like you take 100% of the or whatever the Michael Scott thing is with Wayne Gretzky and do good grief, Charlie Brown, Brian Houck. Maybe I'll write.
What's your winner of the week
for next show? My winner of the week is dildos.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they're taking over the WNBA. As they said,
those ones.
As they said in the Joker, you can kill the man, you can't kill the idea. Or maybe that was Batman or another movie. But they arrested one dildo bandit, and then a million more follow. We've had 4 dildos on WNBA courts and counting.
It's the most relevant WNBA's been all year.
Yeah, they don't like it. There is a way all the feminist women out there can, when the NBA starts again, start throwing fleshlights onto the courts. That's how you fight back here.
Yeah, down with the system, I guess.
I want to see a full-on, maybe that is a bad idea to have a full-on war with toys going on courts of the basketball variety here, but
toys.
it's a funny story nonetheless. And dildos are back. I'm sure all the weirdos out there that have stock in dildo companies or own said stores are seeing their stock go up.
I mean, it's unbelievable that the security guards are letting this happen. I mean, are they not frisking people and checking for dildos? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, if there's one thing that's easiest to kind of conceal going into a game, that I think that's high on the list.
Why would you say that?
Let's move on. What's your loser of the week?
My loser of the week. There were a lot of ways I could have gone with this. Definitely could have gone with you, but I'm going to go with Nick Mullins. He's trash, and he's also the Jags' backup quarterback. And I know we don't normally give backup quarterbacks that much thought. I mean, for crying out loud, if your starter isn't good enough, you're not winning games. If you got a backup quarterback in there, you're definitely not winning games. You basically become irrelevant. So there's that. But Nick Mullins is going to get someone hurt. That man should not be allowed to be in the NFL right now. There were multiple times during this Jaguars' first preseason game, I was watching him underthrow wide receivers and running backs. He just got guys hurt. He got guys killed out there. Trenton Irwin had, and I know, Trenton Irwin, yeah, that guy. He had about 5-6 steps of separation on a guy. Nick Mullins underthrows him, and then he gets clapped because he has to stop dead in his tracks and try to catch this football. Same thing happened with our rookie running back, Bashal Tootin. Throws a ball over, one of those dimers that you're trying to drop in there. Just underthrows him. He's got to literally stop on his route. It was terrible football. Nick Mullins needs to go.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep getting these 49er rejects to be their backup quarterback. We had CJ Beathard.
This was specific. This was a Vikings reject quarterback play, not a 49er reject quarterback play. He came over with Grant Udinski, our new OC from Minnesota this year.
Okay. So, yeah, I think he started a Monday Night Football game for the Niners back in the, and he played for the Vikings.
He did. He did. He played for the 49ers. He played for the Vikings. But yeah, he came over with Udinski. The goal, I mean, I understand it. Like, the goal is to get the OC in here, bring along a guy that can be in the quarterback room with Trevor. Talking about Nick Mullins, Nick Mullins in that room with Trevor, try to develop him there. I get that, but now we're getting close to the actual season, and if something happens to Trevor, we have to put this guy out on the football field. And like I said, that's going to get other people hurt. This is just a safety thing. We cannot be negligent and just expect him to be our backup quarterback. Someone will get hurt.
Yeah, he's been throwing hospital balls for his whole career. He's never had a good arm. So I don't know what kind of dirt he has on the NFL, but the fact he's been around for so long. Good on you, Nick Mullins. You're making a lot of money for not being very good at football.
What's your loser of the week?
Everybody that's not an American in the tennis world. We're back, baby. Ben Shelton went up to Toronto and won a Masters 1000 tournament, which I had to look up. I was hoping Matt was here to kind of explain the levels of tennis tournaments more, because I know he's more into tennis than either of us are. By the way, we'll have our guy Steve on for a U.S. Open preview in a couple weeks. I'm excited for that. But Ben Shelton wins a Masters 1000 tournament in Toronto. So the way it works is there's the Grand Slams, and then there's the playoff things, and then there's these 1000. So it's like the third highest level of tournament. And he was able to get it done. Sinner and Alcaraz were not in the tournament field. I don't think Djokovic was either. But
then what are we talking about here?
I mean, it's a big win for the up-and-coming American. He's still only 22. If he can keep kind of stacking these wins and gaining momentum, we could see Ben Shelton challenge, at least on the hard courts, for a Grand Slam maybe kind of soon. He won't win this upcoming one, even though I will bother Steve to oblivion when he comes on, ask him how Ben Shelton wins the U.S. Open. But it was a good stepping stone for Mr. Shelton. And whenever an American can win something in Canada, that's another win.
Go USA. Look, I'm not trying to take anything away from Ben Shelton here, but we're talking tennis, and we're talking about a tournament. a men's tournament that does not feature Carlos Alcaraz or Yannick Sinner, what are we doing? We're in 2025, Brian, right? Like, we're not talking about the 1940s or whatever stats you like to bring up. We're talking about right here, right now. We need those guys in the conversation.
Yeah, I feel like the one decade that I won't bring up the reason the 1940s was a bad decade to pull for stats there, but
you're harping on the wrong things, Brian.
let's get to our 400. We have Matt for this 400. He's traveling today, so he's only able to stop by for this segment, but it's a fun one. It's our final 400 of the year, the things we like to do in the fall. And I gave Jack a hard time, like I did this whole podcast. But yeah, enjoy that.
Yeah, if you like to listen to Brian bicker and be unaccepting, you'll enjoy this next one.
Well, guys, this is kind of a bittersweet moment. Football is back, but that also means 400 season is officially over. This will be our last 400 of the year. And I believe Matt clinched the title with a win in the last 400. Matt, I think you have 5 wins this season. I have 3, and Jack has 1.
It just means more coming out on top in the dog days of summer. I took it very serious this year. I don't know if you guys saw, or at least the fans saw some of the I let the emotions get worn on my sleeve with a couple crash outs after learning some of the votes, but it was all worth it, and I'm happy to be crowned champion.
Yeah, it was a big late season surge from you. I forget which one you lost, but you weren't happy about it, and then you locked in and you went on a run.
I was disappointed with some of the outcomes on quite frankly lists I thought were complete locks to win. So doesn't always go the way you think it's going to go, and you can't think for other people. And one thing just to shout out the fans. A lot of people see it. I was at home back in the hometown at some bars, and a lot of people were bringing up our 400s and comparing lists. So appreciate all the support these are going. This is definitely a hit within the Section 400 community, and maybe there's an angle that these stick around a little more permanently than just the summers. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but a lot of positive feedback for what we do here with 4 and 400s, and that's what I got.
Well, I'd love to interject and say maybe, given that feedback, that glorious
you
feedback.
want to get rid of Michael, don't you?
You read my mind, Brian.
Wow.
You read my mind.
No, we will not be getting rid of Michael, but
we got to give the fans what they want.
Adding the 400 into the rotation, the segment rotation. I think that'd be fun. It'd be difficult to come up with
spot appearances.
Yeah. We can make that happen. But this one's for pride. This is the 4 and 400 of things we like about the fall, because we're transitioning into the fall. And I guess we'll go by the standings for pick order. So Matt will get the first pick. I'll go with the second pick. And then Jack, you'll round it out at 3.
I mean, a couple different ways, right? Like, I can't just take.
You could just take what you're looking at.
What the ultimate number 1 should be. I mean, Watch football, watch the NFL, watch college football, the football season. I mean, it's all under one umbrella, but it ties back to the good old pigskin. I was going to say watch football, and that could be NFL or college, but
football.
It's the best time of the year, man. And it's the outright 1-1. I think any of us would have said that for 1-1. So
absolutely.
It's an easy one. An easy one.
Yeah, I'll take the other sport that's pretty easy to put up there. It's going to be playoff baseball.
It's a good one. Had it on there.
Jack, you get 2.
I'm sorry, Brian. I thought these things had to start with an F.
We were between starting with an F and fall things. Do you make a list of things that start with an F?
In the fall, yeah.
Oh. Well, that could look really good on a graphic.
Wow. See, and you wonder why I've got 1 win in these 4 and 400s here. All right. Well, I'm going to go with a good one. I'm glad I'm still here. Fantasy football. I'm going to take that.
Okay. And
I thought Brian was going there with number 2, to be honest with you. I thought that was going to be the second one off the board.
Yeah, I thought it went under the football umbrella, but that's fine.
No, I said watch football. I mean, football in general would have taken a lot. Maybe it does, maybe it didn't. I personally wasn't claiming fantasy football, but I was claiming a lot of football. So
yeah, I guess we could have given you watch football. See, I think of like football season, and that encompasses fantasy betting on football.
It's kind of a weird gray area. Look,
you can have it.
I'm taking home the belt here, Jack. All you, brother. Fantasy football, knock it down.
And you get the
rules.
The
rules just get written as we go. Don't.
Well, I think the water gets a little murky with it's like, is it football? Is it football season? Is it watching football? Where does fantasy football line up?
I mean, watching football and doing fantasy football are two totally separate things.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess we can. I'll put Matt's as watching football on the graphic.
It can just be football, and then mine can be
season.
fantasy
Okay,
football.
fine.
It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Like I said, considering I thought this was a F and fall thing, I'm going with foliage.
Well, there goes your draft.
Well, there it goes. We tried to help him out with fantasy football, and he just one-ups it again.
You see, when you say it like that, you make me sound like a charity case. There's no reason fantasy football should have ever had a second thought.
Yeah, well, if you want to bring up the charity case allegations, I did vote for you in your one win. And that's what made you get the win over me. So.
Fake news.
Wow.
Fake news.
Wow.
I will go with the morning weather. Hoodie, crisp morning in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that's some of the best right there. Does this fall under the umbrella tailgating? I don't think it does.
I don't know what the rules are, so Brian, it's your call.
You can have it.
I mean, dude, tailgating. You can be tailgating baseball playoffs. You can be tailgating football. You can be tailgating a fall concert. I mean, tailgating in the fall is some of the most electric tailgates of the year.
Yeah. You can have it.
Do I get a second one here?
Yeah, you get two.
Which would be, is going to be, I know it's for the summertime, but grilling outdoors on a nice late September, early October afternoon. Fire up the grill. It's a good time, man.
Yeah,
you're not in the dead heat of summer. It's a nice, it's a little cooler out. You can enjoy the time outside. You're not sweating your ass off. I enjoy it. I like it.
I'm going to go with holidays, Thanksgiving and Halloween. It's the start of the holiday season.
I think technically by the way the dates fall, sure. No pun intended. But
I'm not going to take Christmas.
Thanksgiving
I think Thanksgiving's
really
a fall
tight.
holiday. You get the cornucopia and the pumpkins. It's fall.
If we had set these rules or whatever we're doing with the Fs a little bit more properly to begin, you could have let me have the next one, which was feasts, which includes Thanksgiving. But no, you got to be weird and just go holidays. That's just boring.
I think people enjoy holidays.
And you don't even take Labor Day, man?
Yeah, so according to Google, fall doesn't end until December 21st.
I know when fall ends. That's why I said with the dates aligning.
Did you say December 21st?
That's when fall ends.
I thought it was early December, but even 21st. I got a lot of window there. That's even a month before that.
I don't believe in that.
It's what winter I think truly is midway through November.
That's right.
That is correct.
That's winter.
On the calendar, and I could even stretch it to December 1st, sure. But yeah, the 21st is definitely late, and that's why we see like sometimes December like isn't as harsh in terms of cold weather, extreme winter conditions, and then that's why we still see in the beginning of March we want the spring to be here, but we still get some pretty harsh weather.
Mm-hmm. So I get holidays. I'm taking
at least up here in the Northeast. I know you guys live in the South, so
we're gonna call DC the South.
Oh, bring it up with your buddy Tom Capriotti. He'll give you a full lecture on DC being the South. I don't think it is at all.
DC is not the South.
The Mid-Atlantic. It's not the
I'm
North.
well aware. Bring it up with him, though. He's convinced.
I have a hard time calling anything north of Richmond, Virginia, the South.
I agree. He claims it's because it's below the Mason-Dixon line.
Sounds like your buddy Tom is living in the 1800s.
Yeah, bring it up with him.
We have the Little League World Series coming up. I'm pretty sure they're Mid-Atlantic. So
Yeah,
he can debate a wall. All right, is it Jack?
Yeah. All right. Continuing on with my Fs. Can't have feasts. I'm going to take fires. Bonfires, weather's getting a little cooler.
Yeah, I think that's more of a summer thing.
It's way too hot to be doing bonfires in the summer, my guy.
no, bonfires is 100% fall. 100% fall.
Okay.
100%.
Where do you live? Alaska?
Yeah, I mean, you can do them in the
like summer camp doing the bonfire.
like May, early June, you can get away with it, but like end of June, July, August, you ain't doing bonfires.
Yeah,
Way too hot.
Yeah, I'm hating the hate.
But September.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't get a bar off right now without Brian having fucking full fist up my ass. Like, this is ridiculous right now. No pause. This is freaking ridiculous right now.
Also,
Hop off.
did you revert off the list? Because that obviously doesn't begin.
It does. Fire.
You said fires, not the
Oh,
bonfire.
I thought you said bonfire.
Yeah.
Fire.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, we can give me a little parentheses on the bond on the graphic.
Yeah, that would fit better.
I'm giving you Bon Jovi.
Speaking of Fs, I'm getting a FaceTime from my mother. Gonna have to.
That would have been a good pick.
Gonna have to get back to you later, Mom. Yeah, no. For the last one, we're going family.
Didn't you pick second? No, you picked third.
Brian, you're just ridiculous. I can't say anything without a problem.
Wow,
It's been a long weekend. Wait, you went family? That's a good one. You could have won this draft by going faith, family, and football.
Football wasn't going to be there.
Perfect on the graphic, but yeah, I guess you don't have football.
Another L, Brian.
Yeah, fantasy football. You got fantasy football.
My up.
I guess it's back to me. Yeah, for my last pick. I'll go with apple cider.
Cool.
Please. I know you took this one's going to play. I'm going to count it. It's 100% going to count. Red October, Phillies baseball. I know Brian took the playoffs, this and that. I don't care. I'm taking Red October. Specifically Red October. It's in the fall, and it's electric. And we've had it for the last 5+ years when we didn't.
Might be the only team in the playoffs. On
that note, the Mets
started early.
The collapse has started early.
Bad. It is
we
so
talked
bad
about it back in May. And we can open it up to a little Mets-Phillies. No, we don't have to. But back in May, we just have to discuss real quick, Jack, because back in May, Brian wasn't worried. The Mets were winning the division. We talked. We said, when does the panic button get pushed? Within 10 games, if the team is within 10 games of their record, which I think they're only 8 games above 500 at this point, and 5.5 out of the division lead, Phillies are red hot. And, I mean, Brian, can you go on the record and push the panic button for the people?
See, I'm kind of beyond the panic button push.
How much more does it take?
I'm not even mad at the Mets at this point. I'm just I'm almost checked out because they won't do anything.
Wow.
They just keep on losing and then no changes are being made. It's like, well, if you're just going to sit there, that's the definition of insanity. Run it back and hope something changes.
Yeah,
so
I think
why should I be involved?
I think I saw you tweet the other day. I hope the Mets get no hit in this game, so they actually will make some changes.
Then Juan Soto hit a meaningless home run, and they didn't make any changes, and they've lost 5 in a row since then.
Yeah, 5.5 out of first place. No pitching help. Edwin Diaz let up a walk-off home run, so we talked about the Mets having the shutdown bullpen. That's working out well for them. And
we had one pitcher pitch 6 innings in the last 2 months. The bullpen's throwing 6-7 innings every game.
Yeah, look, it's all fun and dandy when it's a transition year. But when you give Juan Soto $1 billion or whatever they gave him, and now it's time to win, you can't fall back on transition years. It's the year to go for it, and the Mets will always Met. And, we have to revisit. I think I saved the Philly season when I texted Brian, and he told me I'm so scared of the Mets and I'm so worried about it. I said, I can't wait to revisit this conversation. And boy, has that conversation aged beautifully.
Yeah, that
beautifully.
was.
I mean, that was back in June.
That was June 12th, so it wasn't quite when this. I think the collapse began on June 18th.
They went on a mini collapse when I sent you that text. They kind of.
So that was the day Senga got hurt.
Yes.
So that's kind of what started it all.
Yeah.
Since June 18th, they're the third worst team in baseball. Which it's kind of insane. They've been over 2 months now of playing terrible baseball, and they're still in the playoff spot. Not for long, though. The Reds are right on their tail.
Yeah, I think that's just a lack of good teams around the rest of the National League more than anything. But seems like they've kind of thrown the division away. I mean, the Phillies are playing really good baseball. They just swept Texas in Texas, which they never do, ever. I don't think they won a game in Texas since like Jimmy Rollins hit a home run back in 2014.
Yeah, the only saving grace is they have 7 games against each other left. So if the Mets can somehow stay within 7, there's always a chance. But
win out. Yeah, there's a series in Philly and a series in New York. Which, by the way, dude, we had 1 series in New York, 1 series in Philly, and then the next time they play again is September. That seems criminal. The lack of divisional games that are had in the regular season. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but what's the point of the division then?
It's the NBA-ification of the MLB. It's all gross. I'm not having fun watching baseball right now.
I'm having fun, but I do agree the the lack of games just doesn't seem right. But whatever, that's all I got. I'm going to jump off, and you guys can. What did you guys even have? NFL headlines, and then Jack for Mike of the Week.
Winners and losers. We get to talk about Jaxson Dart.
But I will. About to make the trek back to Philly, and I will see you guys for the Wednesday show.
All right, we'll see everyone on Wednesday.
Everyone on Wednesday.
Thursday.
We'll
see you guys. I'll see you two on Wednesday. We'll see
you guys during the week.